Good evening, everyone. It's Lisa with Candidly Speaking. How are you? So I hope you enjoyed my little snippets that I put up there. Did you guys see my little snippets? So yeah, my homegirl was with me. She was recording that, and I didn't know. I don't remember her recording. I was really, really fucked up, and I know you guys were complaining about my lighting, but you see where I was. I wasn't even at home. So I guess I should start carrying my lamp, places and stuff. Yeah, so I just wanted to you kind of get a feel that my whole setup thing, I put it on top of the DVDs. I do that all the time, except at home I use my Malibu Pilates chair that I've only been on 5 times. And and that's how I get down. I used to be in the bathroom. People hated that. So yeah, that's how I do it. This is how I'm doing it right now, sitting on the floor Indian style. So, and then I was totally screwed, fucked up out of my mind, yeah, to the wee hours of the morning. So just wanted you guys to get a glimpse, of what I do in my life. It was just absolutely nothing, as you can tell. So, and then I don't know if I told you guys this, but I was checking out these other, these other people that kind of do the same thing that I do. And I don't know if I touched on this before, but it was just kind of interesting to watch people do the same thing I do, where people submit, their ideas or their topics and just want you to kind of expand on them. And it was kind of entertaining. There's this one girl, and I wish I could remember her name. Maybe you've seen her before. It's like she's got plenty of viewers. She has this big afro, this black girl with these big lips. And when she comes on, she goes, "What's up, motherfuckers?" And that's how she greets everyone. I thought it was kind of neat. I mean, just the way she says it. I can't even say it like her, but she says it real like Foxy Brown, like real 70s. Just real, you know what I mean? Stacked heel kind of way. Like, bell bottomish. It's just her whole aura is different. It's different. And the people love it. So, and then there was this one dude, he's kind of candid like I am, says any goddamn thing and just tells his opinion. Although, they're interesting to watch, but they're not me. So that's really just the bottom line. But they were interesting. Let's see here. I did want to say that, sorry, I really did write this stuff down this time. Oh yeah, so like yesterday, I just wanted to kind of tell you this. Has nothing to do with really a topic. So I was saying my prayers. You just say your prayers over your food or whatever, and I do this a lot. Like, do you ever just say a prayer in the middle of your blessings or whatever? Especially if you're not really saying them out loud and you just kind of lose track. Like, I was so losing track, like saying my prayers. Next thing you know, I'm thinking about race cars and gambling and stuff. And then, do you apologize, in the middle of your prayer? Like, oh, so sorry. And I was doing that, so sorry, I was thinking about that, I didn't mean to. And then you try to be sincere, and then you're like, I know God really knows if I'm sincere or not. Like, why am I saying that? Because He knows what's in my heart. I was just wondering if you guys feel like that sometimes, like when you screw up in your thought process when you're praying and you're totally led astray to somewhere else, and you have to come back and be like, oh, so I'm sorry, and then you say something. I do it a lot, and sometimes I feel so insincere because I'm trying to. All right, so why do women dump men and when the men don't call and move on, the women call them back and say, why haven't you called me? Well, and this is a very new viewer. Hi, viewer. Thanks for being a new viewer. Hope you stick around. Yeah, because some days, I'll have 1,048 friends, and then the next day, I'll have 900. Yeah, so I'm not really liked by everyone. Once they kind of see my content of my show and how vulgar and off the chain I am, I think they remove me as my friend, remove me as their friend. But that's cool. That's cool. You weed out the people you don't want to be associated with, and I do the same thing. Yeah, but get back to the topic. Why do women do that? Well, for one thing, it's sad to say, but that relationship thing is kind of like a game. You know what I mean? It's played that way. And females, I think, especially being a pretty female, it's easy to get a man. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to sound all stuck up and all that shit because that's not my stilo. But I know that I'm attractive. And, when I can get a man so easily, and then he's so tamed, and he's so good, he does everything that I want, everything that you'd want in a man. It just, you're really bored with it and you don't want it. As soon as it becomes too accessible, you're just not that much interested like you were in the beginning. I mean, I know men love the chase, but we like the chase as well to a certain extent. So when you dump a man and then they're like, fuck it, and move on, you're like, what the fuck, this nigga not even calling me? He not even texting me and shit, not even rolling up on me? That's some bullshit. So then you'd be like, nigga, what the fuck, you ain't fucking calling me, so you wanna, you know, so especially for attractive females, you're baffled. You don't understand why the fuck this nigga not calling me. Who the fuck is out there? You know what I mean? So your mind really races like that. Well, I'm just speaking, I guess, for myself, but if anyone out there agrees, you know, well, yeah. So you're not accessible anymore. So that's intriguing to us. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I don't know. All right, so. And then, you know, when I was talking earlier, you know, about that role-playing thing where my coworker, and she won that money, and she was stripping for her boyfriend, I thought that was really cool. I thought it was really cool, and, yeah, I did reminisce and stuff, and, you know, like Charlie Sheen, you know what I mean? Charlie Sheen, he was one of Heidi Fleiss's top clients, you know what I mean? And he liked, one of his fetishes was to have his women, you know, these prostitutes, on-call whores, or whatever you call them, call girls, dressed as nurses. He always wanted to be treated like a patient. So so he's into that role playing, and he was really famous for that, and to this day I think he still enjoys that. But I mean, that's cool, you know, different strokes for different folks, and it's really kind of fun. So if you've never tried that with your mate, you want to just keep, you know, the spark going and keep it alive, do things like that. It's really fun. You can play nurse, you can play doctor, you could be an officer, you know what I mean? You play like a stripper or prostitute, or whatever, you know what I mean? Pretend like you're getting robbed or raped, all that stuff. It's really kind of fun. It really is. I know it sounds kind of corny, and it might be a little, you know, for some of you who are young out there, you're like, oh, boring. But when you get a little older, you experiment a bit more. Okay? Sorry. What's a pretty dick? Did I talk about that? What's a pretty dick? What is a pretty dick? I think a dick is pretty when you're with someone. Like if you're with someone and you love someone, then it's like everything you look at them like that pimple is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like a blemish in their skin, you love that. So I can't really just say that this dick is pretty and that dick is pretty, although I do know the difference between a nice looking penis and an unattractive penis. I have seen both. Don't get me wrong, I've seen both. And that unattractive one, I was forced to see it by a friend of mine. Told me to look. And I wasn't getting out of the car. I said, I'm not getting out of this car. Next thing you know, I got out of the car, walked over to the other car where they were. I know, sounds disgusting, the whole scene. I was young. Had to be at least 10 years ago. But what I saw was disturbing. Like, it looked like that should have been the dick of the Elephant Man himself. I mean, it was wrong. It was wrong, and it was disturbing. And we did get out of there pretty quick. I'm talking about skid marks and all. We got out of there really quick. After that, I think I ran to the car. And there are such things as beautiful dicks too. Like for men, I'm sure they know how to recognize, or in their mind, you know, what's a pretty pussy, right? I mean, like I wouldn't really know what a pretty pussy is. I would assume fat, right? Or do you guys like little, small, tight ones? I don't really know. So maybe like a shaven one or something. Alright, so as usual, I always have 2 topics left that I don't expand on. So I can save those for tomorrow. But I still want more topics. Okay, I want more. I want a lot more. And even if it means you just want to make up something. Yeah, I like the topics. And I want you guys to keep it coming. Am I getting greedy now? Well, I don't mean to be. So if you got any topics for me, shoot them my way. And I love all your comments, suggestions, and criticism and feedback. As always, thank you for your support. Look up, not down, and broaden your horizons. Till next time, bye.